What's up, Starcraft fans? This video is brought to you by Lucerna Sempiternus, who is supporting me on Patreon. Pulse Canon tier supporters or higher are guaranteed one video redemption per month. This month, he requested Nexus Co-Op. So once again, we go to Custom, Arcade, look up Nexus Co-Op in the search bar, and then click the resulting orange icon. You can play alone or with a friend if you so desire. Once you're in the lobby, just click Start Game. Once again, we have here information about the creators of Nexus Co-Op and Nexus Co-Op itself. We have credits and stuff. Nice. And once you're in the Nexus Co-Op screen, you select the challenge. So the challenge this time is to play any map. So we have selected Rifts to Korhal, where we've destroyed 10 void shards, and we can select any two commanders. So any commander is fine. The challenge is we have to beat two specific Nexus Co-Op mutators, which are called the Heretics and I Mengsk. That's pretty hard to pronounce. Okay, so I have to apologize. The game kind of crashed on me while that map was loading, but so the commanders we've chosen are Tosh for me, and my ally Zero has chosen to play as Niadra. So my strategy here will involve rushing to a lot of Spectres, because apparently Spectres are pretty good for this when you get their alternate gun. And Niadra has pretty strong Hydralisks which can take down both of the mutators. So a bit of information about the two separate mutators. The first one I'll talk about is I Mengsk. So that one will spawn a huge raven. In the enemy base, you can see it's called Imperial Titan. This thing will spawn waves. As far as I know, you can see there's something is lighting up below it. It could be producing stuff. Yeah, so this thing spawns enemy units, specifically the Arcturus units, meaning the you'll see later on. It will spawn Terran units with Arcturus' skins, and it will send them to attack our base. They're pretty strong, and they get stronger as the game goes on. The waves, that is, will get stronger and stronger. And the objective is, of course, to defeat all those waves and then delete all 10 void shards. That's the first mutator. The second mutator is the Heretics. So this Throne of Judgement, this mothership in the enemy base, is the main enemy that we have for the Heretics. This thing will come at our base. It will, you can see, launch a lot of special attacks, and it's pretty difficult to kill. You can see it has an 8,000 health bar, and it regenerates pretty fast, and it gets stronger when it has special warp prisms deployed on the map. They will show on the minimap, the special warp prisms, and we'll have to destroy them to make the Throne of Judgment more vulnerable to our own attacks. Now, the Throne of Judgment can be made to retreat 3 times. When it's destroyed for the final time, it will spawn an enemy hero, an Artanis, and you will see later on that it's pretty difficult to fight, even when he's on his own pretty much. But going back to the game, as Tosh, I have chosen to go for a fast expansion because Zero has assured me that he can pretty much handle things on his own. And looks like he did. He teleported to this rear base as Niadra, and he got a lot of biomass. Looks like the larva has grown and is ready to now evolve. Okay, so you can see it has Sky Furies here that all spawned from the Imperial Titan. You can see a drop pod here with Aegis Guards. These are, and Emperor Shadows. So these are Arcturus units deployed from the Imperial Titan. And they will march toward our base, and they're marked with this little white monster marker on the minimap. They're heading our way, and we'll need to destroy them. Otherwise, they'll destroy us. So, here you can see the parasitized Ursidon Chief, Niadra's unit, is now marching mercilessly, menacingly toward the enemy. You just ate that thing over there. I didn't even know I could do that, to be honest. So, apparently, Zero is a really good Nexus Co-Op player. Way better than I am, but that goes without saying. And he's pretty good. You can see he kind of deleted the guards here on his own and the first wave, and now even took out a big chunk of the second wave. But alas, he is not invincible, so he kind of had to retreat against these Emperor Shadows, which are now standing in this area. You can see there's a War Prism here. This War Prism, like I said earlier, will make the Throne of Judgment even harder to kill. So we will need to delete these War Prisms to make the Throne of Judgment vulnerable. Meanwhile, I have rushed toward the starport as Arcturus, as Tosh. Here we go, Tosh has his starport, and I have also gotten the Psionic Perfuser, which will allow this fourth top bar. The starport allows the third top bar, the Psionic Perfuser allows the fourth top bar. The third top bar is basically a Banshee airstrike, except instead of Banshees we get battlecruisers. It's pretty good. The fourth top bar is essentially a time stop, but since it's Tosh flavor, it'll turn the map red. And you will see later on, there is a bit of strobe effect here, so a bit of seizure warning for those who are affected. There will be strobe lighting here. You have been warned. Meanwhile, Tosh is out here just destroying rocks for the time being. So how Tosh prepares units is he builds these barracks. So now I have 3 of them. One of them has been built. Two are on the way. And he queues up the units to send to this Merc compound. The Merc compound is what he used to deploy said forces. So you can see here, the time is stopped. I have used the Stolen Dominion Elite Battlecruiser and the Silent Enma. So these are from the third top bar. And I've used them to delete that attack wave from Arcturus and also fight this mothership with whatever health they have left. You can see it is taking damage. It's down to 6,500 health, but you can see they ran out of time. They despawned. So you can see the Imperial Titan spawn another way. This time it has the Black Hammers and the Shock Divisions, so they are more powerful units, mech units. And now you can see more Apocalypse Prisms, more War Prisms that spawn around the map. They are marked on the minimap. So I can send these Spectres, and you can see they have very long range to destroy these War Prisms and maintain control. You can see they attack from very long range, especially when you have the masteries. But my ally so far is choosing to delete these attack waves, which is fair. They are pretty difficult, and they have immortals also. Meanwhile, he has deployed some sort of larvae here to kind of delay, I guess, the Throne of Judgment. That's pretty nice. Meanwhile, you can see he already has a sizable army of Hydralisks or Prowlisks, which are pretty strong. And Zero told me that he wanted to rush the Creepy Forge. The Creepy Forge will allow him to get special upgrades for his units, as I mentioned when I played Niadra. And you can see he is able to essentially stack all of these Hydralisks on top of each other. And now my Spectres are going to work, and it kind of forced the Throne of Judgment to retreat back to where it came from. Essentially back here, and that's kind of licking its wounds. That was the first retreat. So there are 2 more retreats before it unleashes the enemy Artanis. Meanwhile, during the downtime of the mutators, I have chosen to spend my time gathering more Spectres and just kind of using them to clear out, well, this big camp over here. And I'll use it to clear another camp. Meanwhile, I'm dropping bunkers here because I've learned that these War Prisms create units and they send them to attack our base. So I created these bunkers to kind of defend my base from attacks. Meanwhile, Spectres are marching forward and are kind of just deleting everything in their path. You can see when they're in their snipe mode, they deal so many tons of damage. And they're pretty effective at their job. I once again use the ability. It decloaks them, but it makes them really powerful glass cannons. And apparently they can snipe void charts now, which is the thing. Attack wave on the way, the 11-minute attack wave. Meanwhile, these Spectres Just cleaning house like it ain't no thing. Got some storms here. The storms are not from the Protoss, but that's one of the abilities that my ally has chosen to unlock here from the creepy force. You can see there's no hotkey here, meaning he has chosen to go for the storm. And storm they do on all our enemies. You can see it just spams storms right there. Oh my goodness, look at the white spot on the ground, which is essentially just my ally spamming storm on that one unit, and he kind of makes the Throne of Judgment retreat on his own. That is really strong. I can see why he says that Niagara is pretty good against the Heretics. You know, I got a confession to make. This isn't my first game with this mutation. I did in fact try this before with Bomb Marketing, and he insisted on using, well, first he did use Niagara at first, but from our game he wasn't able to mass this many Hydralisks or Prowlisks. I think there are like 46 active Prowlisks here, all spamming storm on the enemy. Just look at that, erasing all these guys, making them look like a joke pretty much. Oh my goodness. Just spamming storms on all these hybrids and stuff. Really making them look like a joke. More Spectres here. Though they kind of ignored the unit they were supposed to hunt down. This Morning Angel. This Wraith person. Meanwhile, we just right click down the first bonus because we can. We teleport somewhere back here. There we go. I summon more of these Spectres. There we go. Finally. Finally. It knocked out fear, my dudes, but... Oh. You can see a big wave of Black Hammers and Shock Divisions on the way. The good news is my Spectres are pretty strong. And they do deal a lot of damage. Several tons of damage. But I have a feeling that my allies' Hydralisks deal even more. Look how insane that is. Look how much damage the Hydralisks deal. That is truly bonkers. Ally just cleaning house wherever he steps foot. I think that was the third retreat of the Throne Judgment. Oh no, the Throne Judgment is here at full health. I think my ally just completely wiped out an attack wave. Look at that. So many shreds of whatever it was that my ally was attacking. Just cleaned up like it ain't no thing. Oh my goodness. All I'm learning here is that Prowlisks are really good and they should make as many of them as you can. I mean, I did make a bunch of these Spectres. And again, I drop bunkers because I can salvage them. So that's another thing that Zero told me, that I should use my orbitals to spam bunkers, which I can salvage for money. Pretty good advice, to be honest. Oh, another attack wave on the way. Oh, that's... Oh, I think my allies finally decided to take out this thing, the Imperial Titan. He's kind of doing it on his own. He's really good at this game. More storms, just eliminated. Oh wow, look at this. Look at this huge Blade of Longinus. Look at this huge Thor. Oh my god, my ally just erased that entire health bar, the 15,000 health bar of the giant raven. Like it ain't no thing. Like it was just a joke. My goodness. Meanwhile, what am I doing? I'm just flopping around, trying to keep control of the war prisms to make the Throne of Judgment that much weaker. But it looks like the Throne of Judgment has been sent to retreat again. I didn't see that fight even. My ally is just ending fights before I even get the chance to see it. Look, now he's fighting this giant thing, the Longinus. I mean, I did help out this time. I did send my Spectres at it. That was something, but you can see my Spectres aren't very good against Disruptors. So I kind of made the wrong assumption that just because my guys are Nexus Co-Op units, it automatically means that they would just wipe the map with everything. Apparently they don't. They're pretty weak against Disruptors and Reavers, which just so happens to be the comp we're fighting. My goodness, these Hydras just erase everything. What ability are they even on? Look like they're this mass recall thing. You just erased that second bonus like it ain't no thing. What are these? More Hydralisks, of course. Because all I learned in this game is that Hydralisks are insanely good. Alright. My Spectres, on the other hand, are sniping these Dragoons, these monsters, en route to this final base. Meanwhile, my allies just one-shotted that thing. This is truly epic. Look at this. It's like, it's literally raining spines. With their attack. Spines and snipes. Look at this insanity. Spines and snipes. Just raining down the enemies. Okay, here comes the last health of the Throne of Judgment. It is down to 12-17 health. So the next round of snipes will finish it off. And you can see a giant beam of light. And Artanis is finally here. 8,000 health. Just completely deleted by my ally. Of course, Hydras are really good. Okay, now I dropped my final top bar, the time stop, but you can see it does nothing. Artanis is still large and in charge. My ally dropped his top bar also, but you can see it does nothing. Artanis is still kind of just doing whatever he wants. He is kind of running away, it looks like. Oh, he's using some sort of ability, which is like a death crystal, and eliminated half of my army. Just like that. Oh my goodness. I've spent the entire game gathering that army. And Artanis just said, nope. Maybe you don't actually have an army after all. Maybe that army was just kind of fake news. And you saw my Spectres. They were kind of erasing wherever they went. But once Artanis showed up, they were the ones erased like there ain't no thing. Artanis is probably somewhere under all this. I honestly don't see. He is somewhere under all this. Oh, looks like some sort of giant sun. A literal sun fell on top of this thing and kind of erased my allies' army. Looks like it erased my allies' entire army. So what now will we use to fight this entire attack wave? The good news is I'm still kind of rich. Kind of. And I was able to macro up more of these Spectres to kind of pull myself up to a respectable... Oh, I thought Artanis was done. Turns out he was still here. Oh my goodness. All right, you kind of got to snipe that. We kind of have to snipe Artanis. Oh, another sun. He just threw 2 suns at us. How is that? Why is this a thing? He literally throws a sun at us. That's so cool, not gonna lie. But oh my goodness, he erased our army. The army that we've been using to wipe out the entire map, which just kind of goes to show you there are levels to this. Like regular co-op map, co-op commanders, these mutators, the Heretics, and I Mengsk, and then Nexus Co-Op commanders, and then the evil Artanis. Oh my goodness. I thought the Nexus Co-Op commanders were the double S tier. Turns out, evil Artanis. Oh my goodness. It took literally everything we had, and literally more, just to destroy that Artanis. But my ally is really good. Not gonna lie, I got carried all game. And honestly, I wasn't expecting any different because Zero actually plays and watches Nexus Co-Op. I don't. I only do it when... pretty much when Lucerna Sempiternus requests, and I'm not very good at it, as you can see, but I think I did. I mean, I wouldn't say well. I wouldn't say badly either. Like somewhere in the middle. I did okay, I think. I made what I hope are the right units based on Zero's recommendation, and well, barring these Reapers out here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope I enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you have an idea for it, also please leave it in a comment. And yeah, thank you to Lucerna Sempiternus for requesting this, and I'll see you guys next time.